All right, so welcome to Idle King defense. We are going to actually attack Kingdom 11. Zeke has been showing me his characters and stuff like that. He just got his bow up to, it's a 2-star plus 12 legendary now. So we're going to see if how big of a leap this is. So go ahead. Yeah, it's a lot better.
Oh yeah, they're getting
Yeah, they're getting melted.
whittled down pretty quick now.
That's a huge difference. So the thing that Zeke did is you can actually, once you get to about level 4,000 to 5,000, you'll be saving up enough of those upgrade stones. Oh, damn.
Still not enough to get by it though.
So close.
But it did clear up the majority of the map.
Yeah. Close, though. But when you get the upgrade stones, you can basically, once you get to, what'd you start with? Rare 3? 3-star?
Yep, at a S rank 3-star for the rare bow. You want to target a trait more specifically.
Yeah.
Whether it's fire or ice or poison. You'll have to determine which one you think will work best for your setup. But basically going from there, I had about a stock of 80 or so stones,
Okay.
and I had about 10 shining stones. And I used the 10 shining stones when you get to a plus 11, just because, once you get to that point, you don't really want to roll back, and you swap back to your regular enhanced scrolls. But you go up to a plus 8, just normal enhancing, no stones. And then once you get to plus 8, you'll activate the chance to go from 1, 2, or 3 additional enchantments, and then you activate the normal stone to give you the higher chance to succeed. And you'll do that until you get to basically the plus 12 to promote.
Okay.
And like I said, if you end up on plus 11, or it reverts back from plus 8 to plus 7, you just swap back to the regular enchants, turn off your stone, and try to get back to plus 8 to hit those again. And if you get to plus 11, swap to the shining stone if you have it. It's not an absolute necessity. It does help, but I was successfully getting these to proc because it's only, you get a 50% chance with just the normal stones, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of the ability to promote to the next tier. The big thing you're definitely going to want though is a nice stockpile of steel, because if you don't have the steel, you're just not going to be able to make the pushes.
Show me your old bow. Let's show everybody how big of a difference this is, because it's huge.
All right, so the old bow, as you can see, it's 117,000 damage difference, and I did this in just one sitting for about 30 minutes or so. It's a
not quite 10x, but pretty close.
Very close. It's a huge difference. You get the attack speed increase as well, an extra 22%, plus the 117,000 extra damage. It's glorious.
Yeah, it is. So that's probably the biggest upgrade you'll be able to do at this stage of the game. Hands down. It basically took your archers from like 6% to 25% of the damage?
Yeah, they went from doing about 6% of the damage, the total damage, all the way up to 25%. And we can see that in our conquest.
Yeah.
The King's Ruins. And you have a nice little button at the top that actually shows you which of your units is performing for your setup. And as you can see, my archers are doing 25% of the total damage in these waves, which is
insane.
Phenomenal. Considering they used to be down here at 6% for the totality.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. And I love seeing Luke and Tristram way up at the top. Those are some great heroes. Got to make sure to keep them buffed up. And of course, Xavier. But your Xavier is 5-star legendary, so.
Yep, he is a maxed Xavier. He doesn't have maxed gear, but he is maxed in the tier. He still has quite a few levels to go, but this is what you have to look forward to: 12,000 levels to grind your way through.
Just almost 10,000 more to go. You're about a sixth of the way there. So, show the rest of your team. Let's look at the rest of your team so get an idea of where you'll be. So, is everybody around 2,200?
Yep, I try to keep everybody around the same point. Some people get ascended at different points and times depending on what I acquire at the time, but I relatively push to keep them within 100. Unfortunately, there's some characters that I just haven't been lucky enough. RNG has not favored me, and they're a bit behind on the ball. But once you get the seals and you get what you're looking for, they'll jump up pretty quick to follow suit with the rest of the team. I mean, you will get to a point where they have so many levels to acquire that you just can't keep up with those levels. So it's not really a big deal for the mid game, and definitely for the late game. That's just one of the things that's probably going to be grinding forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a good set to keep going and progress with.
Well, that's great. It's great to see your team. It's great to kind of see where you are in the game, what kind of gear you have, and especially that strategy with the bow. That strategy with the bow will be very helpful for everybody. So I'll be sure to post this video and we'll share it in the chat so you can come. So if you don't understand it being written out, you can watch a video and kind of really see the difference and really see how much more powerful it's going to make your archers.
Yep. And I will say the big thing is, for those that are in the early stages of the game, save your steel. Don't do what some people do and buy to try and get S ranks. Those will come naturally from your AFKs, from idling and stuff, from the stages you pick. You going into your battlefield and saying, all right, what do I want to target? Oh, I want to really go for a nice S tier bow that has the trait that I'm looking for. So I'll go to this stage and farm it out, or I'll pick a different stage, one that has it. You'll notice that every 5 to 10 stages, for character gears for your heroes, you actually have a chance to roll any of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get something more balanced going for your characters that you're using, you might want to just sit on one of these and try and roll it up, because you'll run into a situation that I've run into, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is, because I'm trying to do different things at once.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of can't help it. Let's go to the blacksmith here. You'll have some cases where you have
9
tons
pairs
of one
shoes.
gear, 9 pairs of shoes, 7 pairs of helmets, but not enough weapons, or not enough chest plates. But it's really the weapons that are lagging behind. So at some point, once I get things caught up that I want to, I'll probably sit on a stage and just farm out the weapons for a while, just to try and get my heroes geared up to the same level.
Now, one thing I want to point out is if you go back to the levels you can select.
The levels of the characters?
No, the levels of the battlefield stages.
Gotcha. Yep.
Is that if you probably want to stay on a level that's divisible by 5. So if you go back, you know how you were talking about the arrow. So like this one drops the shoes. If you go back 5 more, I believe it still does the armor for the heroes, but it gives you a different slot.
We'll change it to a different slot. Yep.
So if you're looking to try and get gear for your heroes, as well as specifically target like a bow or an arrow, you can just slide back and forth a little bit. Especially when you get higher in the game, you don't get the upgrades nearly that often. Yeah, because you're not going to even go to 4-star for another 500 stages. Jeez.
Yep. The next stage for 4-star rares, I believe, is 5,700, and I can check it here in a sec. 5,741. They generally kind of follow suit with what you unlock for your stages in the store. They differ a little bit. Usually they're not at those specific numbers. They're at a flat stage number. But you can kind of see where you'll hit those marks here in the next loot upgrade stages.
Mm-hmm.
So here we can see that I'm hitting 4 stars. Once I get to 5,755, it's usually the next rounded up 100 that will start dropping these as an actual consistent loot. So probably stage 5,800, I'll start seeing it.
Okay.
And we can actually look back to see, to see where in the stages that these swapped over to 3 stars. I'll
Okay.
probably have to, well, that's for the armor. So the armor swapped over at 5,209.
Okay.
And then for the 3-star gear, it swapped over hundreds of levels ago. Oh. It swapped over at 5083. So 582 was the last one. And actually, this is actually interesting. I didn't really notice this before, but it looks like the stage prior to the upgraded stage, you get a chance to get any of them as a drop.
There's a few stages like that. If you go back, you should see the pattern again. I can't remember how. Yeah, see, just right there.
Here we go. That's
Yeah,
some
I don't remember
off
this.
stage.
Yeah. I think it's like every 6 levels or something weird like that. It should be 5.
What would be interesting is if they had one of these stages, one of the 100s,
Mm-hmm.
or 5 stages, and also had the
Yeah,
ability
if
to
they
get
overlapped.
the last one here is 03. Well, we'll run the video very long trying to figure this out, but they
Yeah,
get the
we will
idea.
leave this up to the viewer. You get the idea. So, anyways, it was great to talk to you, Zeke. I look forward to your future conquests. I imagine you'll probably hit with the new bow, probably get to 5,300, maybe 5,400.
Yeah, absolutely. And if any reviewers want to see anything else or have any questions, they can feel free to join us in the Discord. We're always around, and the community's pretty helpful.
Yep, we have a Discord. I'll be posting it in the video description. And there's, of course, the Reddit, too, if you're more of a Reddit person. All right, Zeke, well, it was great having you. I appreciate you taking the time to make this video with me.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Oh, all right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. And thanks again, Zeke.